hypothetically, let's say Kamala does go on Rogan, goes on Lex, goes on Theo. Does she win? I don't think so. I think fundamentally the strategy of her campaign was flawed from the get-go, and I think Biden largely like kiboshed her odds by just pulling out so late.
Yes.
That like even if she had done these things, I think it absolutely would have helped, but I don't think it would have won her the election.
Yeah, I think it would have won her the election if she was good.
Well, yeah.
And the reality is, it's like, we'll never know if she was good because we were never given her.
Right.
And the most real you've ever seen her is when she and Charlamagne were sitting down, and I was like, Charlamagne, don't have any callers call in. I said it on Brilliant Idiots. I was like, you just need to talk to this woman for 3 fucking hours. Mm-hmm. That is the closest that we've seen her to being a real person and not just a politician. Talk to her. That is the way that American can get to know her. America doesn't know her. They've seen her flip-flop on every single issue, which is okay. I'm okay if politicians change their mind. I'm totally okay with that. But give me an explanation as to why. They've seen her gaslight about the border. Haven't answered a single fucking question about the border correctly or with any amount of confidence that made the American people believe that they were going to do something different. Like, there are real issues that they didn't touch on. And I feel like Charlamagne could be, I'm biased, but I think he could have been the guy to actually push her to answer those questions.
But like Mark said, I think Biden dropping out so late fucked her up.
Like, I don't know.
She didn't have enough time to prepare.
She don't win a primary. I don't think if Biden doesn't run again and they have a primary, she don't win the primary.
Bro, we just got to call it what it is.
Do you think it would have been different? Do you think it would have been different?
I don't think she's good.
If she had more time to prepare for this run.
No, I truly don't.
I disagree.
I truly don't.
Here's the reality.
Because the things you're complaining about is like, oh, hey, we didn't hear enough from her.
No.
Hey, if you had more time to hear enough from her.
The horse ain't fast. That's all it is. It's also, like the horse ain't fast. Like she's not a Ferrari, bro.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that.
When I'm real quick. So it's like it so far what we saw, she had plenty of opportunities to win us over. It's not like she didn't have every single podcast that she could have gone. It's not like she didn't go on one podcast that people said, "Yo, you gotta listen to this. This shit is kind of fire." No matter what she went on, people were like, "This shit sucks." Right? The only thing that she did that was pretty good was the Brett Baier thing on Fox.
I think the Caller Daddy.
I like to call her daddy, to be honest. I thought she in moment. I wasn't like completely floored or whatever, but there were moments where I was like, that was really thoughtful, and it was a unique way of answering that question that didn't sound like a robot was answering it.
Yeah.
And that was, maybe I was looking for very little. I saw that. To your point, I would say not having time. You had ample opportunity to do Joe Rogan and said, oh, you need to come to me, and I only give you an hour. And then these fucking liberal idiots were like, why won't Joe do that? Joe is Oprah this day and age. If George W. Bush is running in 2000 and says, I want to be president, Oprah, but I'm not coming to Chicago,
it was a
you come to Texas and I give you 20 minutes.
It was a
Oprah would have said, suck my dick, motherfucker. I'm not doing that. And we would all got it. Joe got it. You want to be president, you go. Don't talk about 90 days. You needed a day, 3 hours, go to Rogan. You were campaigning right next door. Go to Rogan.
It's fine. It's
I hear what you're saying, bro, but
it's fine.
It's still something
we
new.
can't cop please.
Well, that's what people are going to do because they don't want to acknowledge like what just happened, and they don't want to acknowledge the reality. There's going to be some people that I think will move on from this and be like, hey, the Democratic Party did not address the needs of the people. That's why the people overwhelmingly rejected them. And hopefully the people that are thinking that are the people in control of the Democratic Party, because I don't think anything would make us happier. Think about this right now. Like, everybody's looking at Trump, right? As if he's like this big, bad Republican. Who is surrounding Trump right now? Tell me his team.
Elon. RFK
Democrat. RFK was a lifelong
Democrat.
Who else?
Tulsi.
Democrat. Who else? Vivek. Democrat. Who else?
I don't know if Vivek was a Democrat.
I thought he was a lifelong Democrat.
Not that I know of.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But either way,
my point is,
it's a great point.
And who has got Kamala's back?
Liz Cheney.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like, get the fuck out of here. My point is, you have
Obama, Michelle.
Yeah, like, come on.
I mean, Obama and Michelle is a different thing. They are the institution of the Democratic Party.
Vivek did vote for Obama. He admitted. And he was a libertarian, but
the point that I'm trying to make is that, like, she is the representative of the institution, and the institution wasn't meeting the demands of the people. The Democrats haven't won an election in the last 20 years that wasn't Obama or Obama's VP. Think about that. Like, we're really just voting for Obama, and she was too derivative. That's how much we love Obama. We're like, if you're close enough to Obama, we'll vote for you. Hillary, you weren't close enough. Matter of fact, I think you went after him a little bit.
Yeah.
So we remember that shit. So I just don't think Democrats met the people. And the reality is, those people that are surrounding Trump right now are these homeless Democrats, these lifelong Democrats, like many of us, lifelong Democrats that feel like the party has left us.
Yeah.
Those are the people. I mean, look at it. It's like a perfect metaphor for what's happening right now in America. Those people right there going, all right, I'm going to ride with this guy because he at least sees what's happening and he sees that the left has gone too far. And you know what? They went there and they were called pariahs. They're called assholes. They're called every name out of the book. And the rest of America, the majority went, nah, we feel that way too.
Yeah. The Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney endorsement, like the fact that she touted it was such a strategic error.
Nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
I don't understand
I
why.
didn't get that one.
The name Cheney,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if there's a worse name in politics.
I saw an interesting tweet. When he left as VP, he had like a 16% approval rating, which is the same as Nixon. And this would be the equivalent of like Clinton running, being like, "Oh, I got Nixon's endorsement, guys. You should vote for me." It's like, it's crazy.
And then Dave Smith posted a clip, and this is just again legacy media and like us not believing it. A clip of Whoopi saying to Liz Cheney on The View, "You should be Attorney General. I just think you're awesome." And we're like, what the fuck is people
what's
are
happening?
seeing like this is insane, right? Watching legacy media say Liz Cheney should, hey, let's put another Cheney in a high position because we trust him.
Yeah.
Like
So let's look back at this. This is a kind of interesting thing. Obviously, we witnessed something pretty profound that's happened. Whether you like it or not, I hope we're all in this position right now where we want it to work out.
Yeah.
You know, there was a great moment when Chappelle was doing SNL.
Yeah.
I think after Trump won the first time.
Yes.
And he was like, I'm rooting for you and I hope it works out. And it was this beautiful moment.
And I hope you give us the same chance I'm giving you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it was a beautiful, it was so mature.
Yeah.
It's so easy to be like angry and come up with excuses and all this. And none of that's going to stop what's going on.
Yeah.
Right now, we got to hope that the best years of America are in front of us.
Yeah.
And I hope that this is the golden age once again of America. Like, I don't think anything would make Americans happier if this wasn't the next golden age that we walked right into. Right now, coming up into this election, I think we can all agree that we're in an all-time low confidence in the institutions in America, right? We didn't
In our
trust shit.
lifetime, for sure.
Like,
I think that's why she lost.
and I think
the biggest reason why she lost is she didn't do a good enough job of showing that she will be change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't.
No, I think you're right.
That's the biggest.
Actually said I
People
wouldn't have
aren't
done anything
happy,
differently.
and she's more of this.
Yeah. People
Elaborate.
they wanted a change president.
Yeah.
And they said, would you have done anything different than Biden? She goes, no.
That's the
So
biggest.
what are we
reason.
doing? I think
That
you're right.
lost her.
And I think the economic element of that, I don't think can be understated.
which is the change that you want to experience is an economic one.
Yeah.
And she's basically saying, I don't think he did anything wrong.
Yeah.
You're sitting at home going, well, I can't afford food anymore.
I
Whatever
think
you're
more
mad
than the
about.
social issues, personally. Like maybe those things factor in, but I do think the idea of people being like, "Fuck, bread is this expensive. Fucking, I gotta buy eggs
and whatever
and
you're
gas."
mad about, whether it's bread, whether it's migrants, whether it's reproductive rights, like anything bad that happened in the last 4, if you don't distance yourself away from that, what that person is mad about, you're the reason for it.
Yeah. And I saw an interesting
that's what lost
analysis
to
of
the
like Obama's election ads, like the ones that he paid for and Kamala's, and they did an analysis between them. And the majority of his were economic. It's like, hey, we're going to fix this. He's coming out of the recession. And then even with his second term, the economy's not fixed perfectly, but he's like, look, we need to change this. They showed Gretchen Whitmer when she was running that she was like, look, inflation is crazy, da 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 da. And then while Kamala's running, like there's all these pieces done by these Democratic political writers being like, guys, the economy is actually great. And they're like gaslighting the general public and being like, guys, whatever you're feeling is actually not true. And whether or not things actually are on the numbers, people feel like it's not.
You have to
exactly what
address
we're talking
their
about for the
feelings.
And they neglect the feeling, and as a result, it doesn't matter what it actually is. It's how people feel. And people in the middle of the country that feel like, oh, this shit is not going well, the inflation's going crazy. The fact that she neglected that and then was going hard, and they even did like political polling in like Pennsylvania, being like, going at Democrats, being like, okay, which one of these campaign slogans resonates the most with you? It was economic policy was resonating the most, and then Trump being a threat to democracy resonating the least. And then looking at Kamala's campaign things, it was like 30% was Trump is a threat to democracy, 30% is like abortion and social issues, and then like a tiny little fraction, like 5 to 10% was economic.
Yep.
And so she didn't distance herself from the current economic system and then kind of went too wide with all these other issues. Whereas Trump is just like, hey, we'll fix the economy. I'm a business guy, da 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 da. I think Trump is generally beatable from a lot of other Democratic candidates. I think they could have run people. I don't think he's like an unbeatable guy. I mean, Biden beat him.